The Denver Broncos are one game away from punching their ticket to the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. And I'm sitting down with Sports Talk Denver, my man Ben from the AFC West Roundtable, the most diehard Broncos fan that I know. I want to get your thoughts on this game because this is a must-win game for the Broncos.
Dude, absolutely terrified. Like last night, I truly couldn't fall asleep because nothing would break my heart more than losing to your backups. Like I thought losing on a last second block field goal was about as low as you could get, but losing to Carson Wentz and a bunch of backups to keep us out of the playoffs for another year. I mean, I got a 7-year-old son who's like massive, like almost as tall as me, and he's never seen the Broncos in the playoffs. We just need it, man. Please give it to us, please.
So I want to get your thoughts over the past couple of weeks. You've been in a situation where if you win, you're in. And I think each and every single week you've been like, okay, they're going to get it done this time and this time. And it hasn't happened yet, forcing this Week 18 game to be a must-win for the Broncos. So I guess, how did you get to this point? And are you confident that you can finally get it done this week? Third time's a charm?
Yeah, so it wild how it got to this point. Like we beat the Indianapolis Colts at home after our bye week, and everyone was like, hey, that was a hard game. The Colts really wanted it. It eliminated them from the playoffs. It gave us a 96% chance of making the playoffs. And then we had Chargers, Bengals, Chiefs in a row. Just win one of those and we're in. And we had a short week and played the Chargers, and we're up like 24-10 and had the flukiest thing ever where there was a fair catch, and then you're able to do like a free kick off of a fair catch, something that hadn't happened since 1976. And we lose to the Chargers at home. But then we're like, okay, well, Sean Payton chose to get flexed into this game so that he could have 10 days to prepare for Joe Burrow. And we go there and have the craziest overtime of my life, where the highest of the high, Bo Nix leads a 75-yard basically scramble drill down to get us into overtime. There's a doink and we have life again. We lose in overtime. And here we are, man. And I am confident, especially because you're resting your starters. I think I would have actually been pretty confident that we would want it more, even if you were playing your starters. But I think we want it, and you're going to be the less talented team out there because you're going to be sitting 7 dudes probably who are Super Bowl champs and all pros and all that.
Yeah, and a lot of Chiefs fans are excited because this is the first stress-free Chiefs game we're going to watch all season because, as you know, they've all been close. So I feel like Chiefs fans can kind of relax a little bit knowing that whatever the outcome of this game is, the Chiefs really didn't lose anything. But the Broncos have everything to gain and everything to lose by the outcome of this game. And so I guess I want to ask you, what do you think the Broncos need to do in order to win this game? And how do you change the result from what it's been the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think we need to commit to the run, and we need to choose the primary bell cow and feed him. I think we got to keep the ball away from your offense, whether that is Carson Wentz or whether that is Patrick Mahomes. Like your ability, Andy Reid's ability when it was Bieniemy and now, whoever it is, to hang on to the ball just for an entire quarter. It's crazy to me how few possessions it feels like there are in Broncos Chiefs game, because you just are perfect at leading those methodical drives. And so I think the Broncos have to flip the script and run the ball. We have not had a 100-yard rusher on this Denver Broncos team since Latavius Murray in over 30 games. And I bet even diehard Broncos fans don't even remember having Latavius Murray on this team. Like that's how long ago it was. It's been 33 or 34 now. That's got to stop. And I think that our primary bell cow has to be Audric Estime. He was in that game against you last time and felt like he controlled the pace of that game quite a bit and had us in contention to kick a game-winning field goal. So I'd say run the ball, make it out of control right away so that there's no close game, because the Chiefs in a close game are terrifying. So I would say, like, put this thing away early. If we win the toss, elect to defer, go down and score, and let's just keep our foot on the necks.
What do you think would happen if the Broncos found themselves in a deficit, maybe not a big deficit, but let's just say they're down by a touchdown at some point in the second quarter? Do you think that this is a position that you trust Sean Payton to get you guys out of? Do you think that Bo Nix can come back from a deficit in such a huge game?
Dude, you can't ask that. Dude, this is making me like pee myself. I can't even think of that. Like,
it's a terrifying thought for you. I know.
Absolutely terrifying because I do. I trust him. That Cincinnati Bengals game, man, Joe Burrow led a touchdown drive, and we had a minute and 30 seconds with one timeout left, and we had to score. And Bo Nix, with 8 seconds left on the clock, led us on a drive. And there hasn't been a quarterback who I've been confident in that down by 7 situation since Peyton Manning. So I do trust him, but dude, our hearts can't handle that, Sean Payton. Do not let the Chiefs get up on us, because just put your foot on their neck, and they don't want it. They don't want the Bengals. They would rather play us. Let's show them why that's a bad choice. But man, don't let this be a close game.
Well, I was actually going to ask you, because a lot of Chiefs fans want to play the Bengals in the playoffs. You just played the Bengals. Could you maybe talk about what they were like going up against, and how that game fared for you guys?
Yeah, I love the Chiefs' chances against the Bengals, man. I just, that defense is pathetic, and that's why I think it was so disappointing that we lost to them, and that we got away from the run. And I think, no coach in the NFL can be great at every single role. Like, great coaching is a bundle of different skills. You got to be able to build a culture. You got to be able to hold people accountable. You have to be a great play caller. You have to scheme for the week. Sean Payton has certain things that he's like top 2 in the league at, and then certain things that he just drops the ball on. And that in-game, like little changes and clock management is one of his weakest suits. And you saw him we had a running back averaging 7 yards a clip, and he got like 1 carry in the second half. Like, he gets away from that in a way that Andy Reid doesn't. And I know you all would just pick apart that defense and would just not even give the ball to Joe Burrow. Offensively, that is a terrifying team to be against, but I just trust Andy Reid to not even let it get to that situation. Like, you would win the time of possession by like a wild amount, and they're not going to stop Patrick Mahomes. I think in that 3 games in 11 days, I wanted you to lose every single one of them, and none of them were even close against playoff teams. And all the stuff you said that I said you were crazy for, man, you were kind of right, and it sucks. But yeah, the only
I'm not
way
officially right yet. They still got to go finish the job, but I was very confident that they would figure it out. My next question for you: the Denver Broncos will win if?
Denver Broncos will win if we have 130 yards rushing and we win the turnover battle.
Do you think you have to win the turnover battle by multiple turnovers, or is it just 1-0?
If it was Mahomes, I'd say we'd probably have to win it by a couple. But as long as we have at least one more turnover, then, or like take the ball from you one more time, then we give it up, I think we win.
Is there a player that you're concerned about outside of maybe, Carson Wentz?
Yeah, I mean, I'm terrified of your receivers who are definitely fiduciarily benefit, whatever. They have a lot on the line with different like escalators that they get to, and Hollywood Brown being healthy, like that's what's crazy about the plethora of riches that you have, getting healthy at the right time. And then your little running back, Carson
Steele.
Has showed flashes. He fumbles the ball, but
I was gonna say he does have a fumble problem.
Yeah, but that's like the best situation for him because you're playing with house money. And so if he can win over the confidence of the coaches and get off that fumble streak, he has the physical talent. And it's interesting because our rookie running back, Audric Estime, that's why he's been in the doghouse with Sean Payton, as he had a fumble issue too.
So you mentioned 130 yards rushing. Is that combined or is that one guy?
Oh, we'd take it combined at this point, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So full team effort. I get that. What do you think the final score of this game will be?
I think the Denver Broncos, if we get up early, which I think we will, and when Sean Payton wins the coin toss and elects to receive the ball, he's only done it twice. Both times Broncos have like set the tone. We did it in Tampa, and people are like, "What are you doing?" And never looked back. And then we did it against the Bengals and had a gorgeous drive that had to settle for 3. But I hope we win the coin toss. We get the ball and we just show the Chiefs right away that like, hey, you guys don't even want this. Like, just give it to us. And so I think Broncos win 31-13. If we're in that situation where you guys are up by a score going into the second half, dude, oh my goodness. I might have to take a year off football if we lose to the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'll be definitely doing a wellness check. If the Chiefs go up by that at any point in this game, you will definitely get a text saying, Ben, are you all right? But
And the answer will be no.
I do think the game is going to be closer. I think the Broncos will still find a way to win just with how important this game is. We were talking about it on your channel. This is the most important game for the Denver Broncos in the last 9-10 years. So, I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than this for you guys. I do think you're going to find a way to win it, albeit very closer. I think it's going to be like a 24-17 game, maybe a 27-24 game. But I do think that you guys are going to get the edge on the Chiefs at home. But we'll see you guys again in the playoffs if you can go beat Buffalo. So hopefully you can.
We'll do it for you, man. We got you.
Listen, if you could beat Buffalo, you guys can take this game on Sunday. But,
all right, we'll do it. Little trade there.
That's all we have for this video, Ben. My final question for you is, where can the people find your stuff?
Check me out, Sports Talk Denver, and check us out every week. We do the AFC West Roundtable with Roundtable Sports, and you know, we just beat the other dudes with half our brains tied behind our back just to make it fair.
Yes, we do. And all that stuff, guys, will be linked in the description of this video. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Believe.